Yeah. This is the trail for a minute here. Hey everyone, MinerBiker here. Me and both of the dogs and the Fezzari Wasatch Peak are high up here on the east flank of the Tushar Mountains here in central Utah. As of right now, we are on the Gold Hill Trail. Not much of a trail, but it is a trail. There's the sign to prove it. It says there's a trail here. There's a trail. Actually, I know there's a trail because I rode this one last fall. Back in October, we had a very epic adventure coming up the Gold Gulch Road and exploring around some old mine sites, and then climbed up this Gold Hill Trail all the way up to the Skyline Trail, and then turned around and descended back down, and that was one heck of an adventure. If you remember in that video, up here there's actually a trail fork with the 10 Mile Creek Trail. Alright, so right here, this trail fork, heading down this way is the 10 Mile Creek Trail, and then the Gold Hill Trail that we're on, trail number 72, keeps going up this way. I pointed it out, but said we were leaving that one for another day, and that is what we are here to do today. So I just rode and hike-a-biked about not quite 8 miles and 3,000 vertical feet up 10 Mile Creek, all the way from Highway 89 all the way up to here. And about almost 2,000 of those feet were in the last about 2 miles. Very, very steep climbing up out of 10 Mile Creek, which is down in there, up this ridge line, up to where we're at now. Hold on, throw a rock for the dog. The bottom part of the canyon was extremely deep forest, lush, beautiful, lots of water, beautiful creek, and then just a beastly climb up this ridge line. It's been pretty hot and sun exposed on this south facing side of the mountain. So what we're gonna do, we are gonna head right over here to the trail intersection and ride all the way down 10 Mile Creek. Here we go. Interesting note, on the way up, I punctured my sidewall of my back tire. Got a Stan's dart plug in there and a fresh 2 ounces of sealant, and it has been holding like a champ so far, so hopefully it makes it all the way down. Right here is the trail intersection. Definitely will not be going very fast down the hill. One, it's loose and sketchy, and I'm a hardtail, and I'm way out in the middle of nowhere by myself. You do not want to push your luck and get hurt. But also it is sun exposed, and while it's pretty easy work for me to pilot the bike down this, the dogs still have to run. It's harder for them to go down this than it was to get up it. I have to remember that and not run them too hard, or they will overheat before we get back down to the creek. And you're just not going to go very fast down this trail anyways, by the very nature of the beast here. This last 2 miles or so getting up out of the canyon, holy freak, there's some steep stuff down here, as you can see. Which is why I have my Wasatch Peak, which is normally more of a cross-country bike with a about 68-degree head angle and a 120mm fork. I've got set up with a 2-degree angle headset to get it out to 66 and a 140mm fork. And that is primarily because I ride it on stuff like this. It's tough because the real trail is so faint, and then there's lots of little game trail, lots of elk and stuff hanging out up on these high ridge lines. They made some little false trails around in those more open areas where there's no like cut trees or something to guide you. It can be hard to tell where you're going sometimes. pedal on that one. Whew. So loose. This switchback definitely was never designed for bikes. Plus there's a big tree down right here. Oh yeah. Such pretty forest down in here. It's gorgeous. That tire didn't quite make it over. I drugged the tree with it for a second. Woo! And I'm gonna quite make it over that one. That's a little big. Up we go. Off camera goodness. There. Down in all the bushes. This is looking down right into the top of 10 Mile Creek here. Got the mountain peaks up there above us. I think that highest one right there is actually City Creek Peak. And then you can see over to Mountain Dutton across the way over there. And then up over that way to Forshea Mountain on the south end of the Monroe Mountain area. Beautiful. We gotta finish getting all the way down to the bottom of there. Bouncing down baby heads. Fun on any bike, especially hardtail. This part of this trail reminds me a ton of some of the stuff on Grandview down on the Ponsegant. This could easily be a few different stretches on Grandview. I've turned the bell on, getting down here in the deeper forest, down closer to the water, stuff like that. More likely to run into something. And down here in the bottom, quite a ways down from here, maybe halfway up or so, I saw a pretty fresh pile of bear poop, bear scat, probably, I don't know, easily less than a day old, probably. Looked like probably could have been in hours. It's pretty fresh. Almost to the creek. In the dark water. Take some of that water and dump it on my head. That water right there looks awful nice, don't it? Woo. Yeah. That feels good, okay? That feels good. So nice. Come on in, ya. Good girl. Gonna get you some water, cool off. Yeah. So good. Cool off them dogs. Alright, everybody's nicely refreshed in the creek. Doggy's got a nice dip and a drink. I dumped a bunch over my head to cool me off. Feels so much better. Your four-wheeler gate. Keep them out of there. We actually hit on this little road. There's a road that comes over from the Puffer Lake Road that climbs from Junction up on this side of the Tushars up and over to Puffer Lake. There's an old road, four-wheeler trail that comes off of that and comes up and over into this upper part of 10 Mile Creek. Yeah, East Trail goes this way. The road goes that way and goes up and over a little pass and over and connects onto that main road that comes out of Junction up onto the Tushars. Now here we come onto the lower part of the 10 Mile Creek Trail. This gets wild down in here. That upper part was all steep and squirrely. This lower part is all deep, dense, wild forest. And lots of creek crossings. Maybe we got bear poop down here. And there's quite a few trees on this section too. Up and over. Yep, move, 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 move. Oh, it's so pretty down in here. Deep, deep forest. Beautiful. Whew. That was a little awkward. A little awkward with the tree right there. One and a two and a jump. Ugh. Cool your legs off. Nice little spray. Spun out in the creek. Woo! Beautiful forest. tricky to navigate through this little riparian area. Ah, almost too high of a gear to get up that. Yeah, this part. Here's where I had to stop and fix my punctured rear tire. So far so good, knock on wood. Dan's dart is holding up just fine in that sidewall. Not much trail to work with there. It's just so pretty in here. There's such deep, heavy forest. Sit down, son. Run him over. Oh, rose bushes. Ow! Ow! Ah! Wild roses are vicious on the legs. Some steep transitions out the other side. So pretty in here with the little creek just winding through. So gorgeous. Got alder trees, got aspen trees, got cedar trees. All right in here. Yep, a little creek just winding on through it all. All of a sudden we're in the desert. Got a brief little stretch right here where you literally just ride right down the creek. This is the trail for a minute here. And we pop back out of it. There's the bush. Yep. Oh man, it is so pretty up here. This is one of the more surprising canyons I've ever explored. A lot of times you got a pretty decent idea what a canyon's gonna be like before you even go, just based on where it is and other canyons near it. Looking on Google Earth and such. But man, I was not expecting what this canyon has served up. This is so cool. The amount of water, the denseness of the forest, the variety. This 10 Mile Creek may well be one of my favorites from here on to come and ride or hike. This thing's awesome. Yeah, bud. Now we're coming out of the canyon, obviously. We're gonna hit Highway 89 down here, about halfway between Murraysville and Junction, just barely north of Paiute Reservoir. Looking across the Monroe Mountain, across the valley there. There we go, back in the truck. Oh man, that was good. That canyon was quite amazing and very surprising. Hey everyone, that does it for 10 Mile Creek. That was quite fantastic. Definitely a wild little trail. Definitely not your typical bike trail, but since when do I ride typical bike trails very often? But, oh, that was so cool. That canyon was so beautiful. That deep, dense forest, all the water, the creek down through there, the views up high. So glad I got all the way up to where it connects to the Gold Hill Trail, so I could tie all that together with that adventure from last fall. Make sure you check that one out. That'll be in the cards in the upper right-hand corner of this video. So good. Love riding like that. I love finding new trails and new places to ride and everything, especially trails like that are just so wild and so far out there and everything, and yet for the most part they're actually really good on a bike. There's a few spots that are like, yeah, okay. But for the most part it's freaking awesome. I love it. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Leave a like for the dogs. They're tired, ready to go home. Such good dogs. And check out the other videos on the channel. If you've subscribed already, thank you so much. If you haven't, I invite you to do so. Keep digging up new places to ride.